to the future, a vision of where you can be, reaching out to make it real, to make it your destiny, stepping up to the challenge, walking ahead of the crowd, finding reward in a job done well, earning the right to be proud. This is where you want to be, making a difference, making your mark on the world. This is where you want to be. This is where you want to be.
Thanks. There are many things you can do with your life, and many different professions to choose. But in making that decision, you need to ask yourself one very important question. Where do I want to be? For me, I wanted to do something that would have a real impact on the world. I wanted to work with cutting-edge technology, and I wanted to make my mark with a skill that would keep me in demand. That's why I make gears for a living. Most people don't realize just how important gears are to our everyday lives. Think about it. Gears are in cars, aircraft, military vehicles, biomedical systems, robotics, ships, motorcycles. The list goes on and on. Basically, the world as we know it today could not function without gears. Something else that most people don't realize about gears is the advanced technology that's used to design and manufacture them. Today, most manufacturers have turned to computer technology as a way of improving quality and productivity. This is definitely the case with the gear industry. Gear companies are using state-of-the-art equipment that can rival the technology of any industry. Let me show you what I mean. Take a look at this gear. This is a gear that's used in a military jet fighter. It may look pretty basic. You've got a shaft and you've got teeth. But this is actually a work of art. This gear is accurate to tolerances within millionths of an inch. Think about it. When you're talking about a flight-critical component that powers a multi-million-dollar combat aircraft, yeah, it's got to be perfect. So you can understand that producing a gear like this depends on the most advanced technology available. But it takes something else. It takes qualified people. And trust me, if you know how to make one of these, you are going to be in demand. While the technology and expertise required for producing gears is very involved, the basic mechanical function of gears is actually quite simple. The function of a gear is to transmit power from an energy source to a working application. This principle holds true whether you're talking about an Indy car, a jet engine, a power tool, or any other product that uses gearing. Now, depending on the specific power transmission requirements of the application and its design, different types of gears are used. For the most part, there are three basic types. These are parallel axis gears, bevel gears, and worm gears. Parallel axis gears transmit power between shafts that are parallel to each other, as you can see here. This is a typical set of parallel axis gears. Notice the shape and location of the gear teeth. Next, we have bevel gears. Bevel gears are used to transmit power between shafts that are at a 90-degree orientation to each other. This is a typical bevel gear set, and you can see that the teeth are set at an angled position. Finally, we have worm gears. Worm gears transmit power between shafts that are perpendicular to each other. Here we see a typical worm gear and its mating part. It's been said that gears are perhaps the most complex surface produced by any metalworking process. I'd have to agree with that. Producing a gear is a science, a craft, as well as an art. There's a great deal of specialized expertise required for producing a gear, and this means that producing a gear is the result of the accumulated effort of many people, from design, manufacture, and inspection to management support, many different roles are involved, and teamwork is essential to getting the job done. Because the process is so complex, there are many critical roles involved in producing gears. For the most part, the process starts with engineering. Yes, the days of the drafting table are gone, as this work is now done on computer, or as we call it, CAD, short for Computer-Aided Design. After engineering, the machining operations take place. Here there are numerous steps involved, so we'll just hit a few of the highlights. Machining of gears typically starts with turning operations, which form the raw material into the basic shape of the gear. The actual teeth of the gear are then cut using a variety of techniques depending on the type of gear. These techniques include shaping, hobbing, and generating. At key points in the production process, parts are heat treated to provide strength and wear resistance, and to help ensure proper performance and long life. Finally, for precision gears, the actual tooth surfaces are finish ground. This produces a gear that will be able to run quietly at very high speeds, like the sonar silent gears in our submarines. All of these processes require a high degree of precision and involve computer technology every step of the way. In addition to machining operations, inspection is a critical part of the process, and this inspection is performed through all phases of production to ensure top quality. And because of critical tolerances, inspection relies on some very sophisticated equipment. But let's not forget the management support that goes on behind the scenes. These roles are very similar to those in other industries. There's accounting, human resources, sales and marketing, quality assurance, and supervisory management. So you see, in terms of career opportunities, there is an extremely wide variety of choices, providing both challenges and rewards.
My job is different every day because we do different parts every day from different companies, from the medical field to aerospace. I've worked on flight critical components for the new space station. It was very challenging. The tolerances were almost extremely tight to almost impossible, but through a lot of work and effort, we met them.
This isn't a job where you just walk up and start pushing some buttons on a machine. You have to have basic understanding of the machine you're operating, also an understanding of what you're trying to create with the machine. The processes always vary from part to part. There's a lot more involved than just pushing buttons. There's a lot of thinking, a lot of math skills involved, a lot of troubleshooting, always troubleshooting.
In today's times and technology, things are much more advanced than ever before. Now we can almost tell you anything that's wrong with the gear, what the problem is, and how to solve it. As in years past, you could see a problem but not always be able to solve it. With today's analytical machines and CNC machines, you can tell the problem and correct it.
Our factory is a bright, air-conditioned place full of machines that have computers hanging off them, full of people who can do statistics, people who understand regression, people who understand the manufacturing process. It's a really interesting activity today that looks nothing like what most people envision a factory looking like. It looks more like a laboratory in many cases. I mean, there are shops around that do look like laboratories. They don't look like factories.
We used to look for technical ability. Now we're focusing very strongly on positive attitude and strong work ethic. Those are very key factors for any organization.
Well, I think the most important thing that we look for when we get new employees are their attitudes. If they are educated, they're willing to work hard, there are lots of opportunity in the gear industry to move from entry-level position into senior-level position, both on the factory floor as well as moving into management positions.
Well, I'd say gear industry, as it falls into the manufacturing category, offers a lot more benefits than what is typically offered by either the service industries, the food service, or the retail industries, as they are typically around the minimum wage area. They offer a lot fewer benefits. Manufacturing and the gear industry, especially as wages are a lot higher than minimum wage, will offer a lot more benefits.
This is a good industry. It offers great pay, great benefits, great job security, and this is what I want to be doing.
Manufacturing went through sort of an unglamorous period. Every state in the union now is talking about bringing manufacturing back. How do we save manufacturing jobs? How do we keep manufacturing in our economy? How do we encourage manufacturing to stay here? It's an incredible, I think, resurgence in the understanding of how important manufacturing is to the economy.
It's true that the gear industry offers a wide array of opportunities, but here's another good point. Literally, there are gear manufacturers all across the country. And when you work in the gear industry, you've got the freedom to live wherever you want, be it the city, the suburbs, or the small towns in the country. I'd have to say, I'm in an industry that offers me everything I could look for. There's financial reward, stability, and the chance to really make a positive contribution with my efforts. So, you may be wondering how you can get started on a career in the gear industry. A good place to start is a local technical school or community college. Here you can learn the principles of machining, as well as the math and the computer skills that are essential in today's gear industry. There are also a large number of regional, specialized, and industry-certified training courses available at universities and through trade associations. These courses offer instruction in a broad range of topics, from manufacturing techniques to supervisory and management skills. Another excellent source for information on the gear industry is the American Gear Manufacturers Association. The AGMA is a long-established institution which is recognized for leadership in the industry through its training programs and the establishment of industry standards. So, if you're looking for the chance to make a difference, if you're looking for a rewarding challenge to work with advanced technology and the opportunity to go as far as you want, trust me, the gear industry is where you want to be.
This is where you want to be. Making a difference.